city coordinators, along with Matt in the back with the camera. Welcome to 1 Million Cups Dallas. For those of you that are unfamiliar with 1 Million Cups, 1 Million Cups is an educational program through the Kauffman Foundation which gives entrepreneurs the opportunity to pitch in front of a live audience. Each of our presenters today is going to have 6 minutes to pitch, 15 minutes of Q&A. But before we get started, I want to thank our vendors. So can everybody please give Crew 2 a round of applause for providing us some delicious treats this morning. We also want to give a big round of applause to House of Genius for keeping us caffeinated and providing our coffee. And also, this would not be possible without our space sponsor, The Deck. The Dallas Entrepreneur Center is a really awesome resource for entrepreneurs here in the Dallas area. And they're actually hosting an event tonight called Be Dallas, which you should see rolling up on our pre-slideshow later on. Tomorrow, 5:30 to 7:30. They'll have a fireside chat. And so, without further ado, we do have one more thing. We have the 1 Million Cups app available in the App Store, and today Kauffman Foundation is having a competition for those of you that would like to check in / take a selfie and post it at 1 Million Cups. You can enter to win a $25 gift card to Amazon. So check that out. Log in, check in, and then you can also give the presenters direct feedback through the app. You can give them questions, and you can also fill out a survey and tell them how they did. So here at the Deck, we have a tradition of standing up for each person that comes on stage, because getting on stage can be pretty nerve-wracking for some people, and we want to make them feel comfortable and welcome. So can everybody please stand up and welcome our first presenter, Bold Idea.
Good morning. Thank you for standing up for me. My name is Robin Brown. I'm the CEO and one of the founders of Bold Idea. We're an education nonprofit based here in Dallas. So before I tell you more about Bold Idea, I have a question for all of you. Does anyone remember back in junior high that day you dissected a frog? Yeah, raise your hand. I do too. It was the 7th grade in Miss Jen's Life Sciences class. Now, did you ever wonder why they had you do that? It wasn't so you'd all become biologists when you grow up, although that might have been pretty cool. It was so that you understood the world around you. Now in 2016, the world around us is dependent on software. Computing is all around us in virtually every field. And this is fundamental knowledge that's needed for every 21st century student to succeed, no matter what they end up studying in college or what career they go into. So just like we teach students how to dissect a frog or how electricity works, it's just as important for every 21st century student to dissect an app and know how the internet works. So you may expect me now to say that all kids need to learn to code, and that is important. But what I'm proposing is much bigger than that. All students need to learn computer science. Computer science is the combination of human ideas with digital tools to increase problem-solving power. And it's much bigger than just coding. Computer science gives students critical thinking and computational skills. It shows them how to create and not just use new technologies. More than just coding, it includes algorithms and abstraction, data and the internet, global impact and creativity, as well as programming. So this is fundamental knowledge that all students need, but unfortunately, schools today have not kept pace with the need for computer science. Consider the fact that no state in the United States requires a computer science course for students to graduate. In fact, 75% of schools do not offer a computer science course. If you're a low-income or underrepresented minority student, you are even less likely to attend a school that offers computer science. We have this whole generation of students that we call digital natives, but they take that name primarily from their active use of tech rather than their ability to create with it. Well, at Bold Idea, we believe that all students deserve the opportunity to learn computer science. Our education programs provide computer science, mentoring, and a team-based learning environment for a diverse student population here in Dallas County and Collin County. Our mission is to develop and empower young minds to develop their bold ideas together as a team through the power of technology. So students learn computer science through hands-on computing projects. They're supported by trained, high-quality mentors. Many of them are software engineers, web developers, or programmers who work alongside the students. Together on a team, they get experience taking an idea and going through multiple iterations of ideating, prototyping, user testing. Finally, they present their projects to the community at a demo day event. Now, please don't think that Bold Idea is just a coding boot camp for kids. Our mentor-based programs ensure that students thrive in a technological world where critical thinking, problem solving, and teamwork are critical for success. So I want to brag about some of our students really quick. This is my favorite part. So Adam there on the left, he's a 4th grader. He coded an interactive game that teaches other kids what waste materials are recyclable. Shelby and Meredith next to him, they've spent the past 6 months creating their own website that connects nonprofits to student groups like theirs that need service project ideas. Zion on the right, she created a mobile app that encourages her community to conserve water. Bold Idea is empowering these students to create technologies that solve real-world problems while also giving them confidence as young coders. You know, the beautiful thing about computer science is that it combines imagination and creativity at the heart of the field. It enables idealists and dreamers and entrepreneurs like us to realize their ideas and bring them to the world. If they have the ability and the skills to write the programs and the software that drive our modern world. You can join our movement by donating to Bold Idea as a monthly donor. We'd also value your time as a volunteer mentor with our organization. Thank you, and I'll take questions.
All right, we're going to open up the floor for questions and feedback. We are filming for our YouTube channel, so we do ask that you wait to receive the microphone before asking your question. Raise your hand high and I'll bring it to you. Robin, that was a great pitch. What about your curriculum is different from the other coding boot camps for kids?
Sure. So we use a project-based learning model, which is a fun education term used today. They are learning these skills by actually creating new things. So from day one, they start doing projects. For example, our elementary students are building websites. Our middle school students are creating mobile apps. So they're learning these skills and then immediately applying them into what they're creating. We found that it retains what they're learning a lot better, and it keeps them motivated because they know what they're working toward building. What makes us unique too is that we found that it's really difficult to teach coding with one teacher talking to 24 kids in the room. We have a 1-to-2 ratio of mentors to students, and our mentors sit down alongside students and guide them through the projects. They're not there to teach or give the answers. They're there to challenge them and provoke them to problem solve together with each other and encourage them along the way. We're really driving student-led learning because that's lifelong learning. A lot of programmers we found are self-taught. We need to teach kids how to do that. That's what makes us unique. We're not a one-time workshop or one-time camp opportunity either. Our students sign up for a semester-long program that's about 14 weeks total. We see them for 2 weeks every week, and it's our intention to see them multiple years. We want to keep growing in their development and building on those skills that they're picking up with us.
Awesome. I think what you have to offer is fantastic. First of all, I have a dyslexic child that goes to Shelton, and one of the things I see him drawn to the most is the computer. So I am curious to how this could possibly integrate into private schools, or how it could be valued in a summer versus, it sounds like you do a quarterly, and how does that look annually versus the short term?
Actually, it's funny, we're talking to Shelton Middle School right now. We'll most likely be there in the near future. Our goal, as far as schools, our goal is to be as accessible to these students as possible. So whether that's being after-school environment or, you know, we're on Saturdays at UT Dallas or at a coffee shop. Bottle Rocket and Addison's open their doors for us. Whatever is the best accessible that we can reach those students and give them the resources they need, that's what we'll do. You know, as far as making it accessible otherwise, you know, we do look at that long-term semester-long program. But we do have some one-time workshops, you know, we have some summer camps planned. So we're trying to find ways that work best for their time and where they are, you know, geographically. Yeah.
Hey, so what are the age ranges of the kiddos you're working with, and how can we help?
Sure. So right now we're serving ages 7 through 14, which is roughly about 2nd through 9th grade. Each year we're going to age up with our students. So next school year it'll be 2nd through 10th grade. We're going to keep working with them. Ultimately it'll be 2nd through 12th grade is what we're shooting for. So how can you help us? Those are some really cool stories of those kids. We want that to not be the exception. We want that to be the norm. We need more of those here in Dallas and showing that off, what kind of talent we have at a young age. That takes money. So we would love your support as a monthly donor. Think of the couple of cups of coffee you get at Starbucks. We would value that as a donation every month. We have a new program called Founders Circle, and these are people who see the value and the mission of what we're bringing to the community and make a monthly contribution to us. If you have programming skills or if you don't, we would value your help as a volunteer mentor. Coding's not my background, but I've picked this up pretty quickly over the past 2.5 years. When you have to explain a conditional statement to a 3rd grader, you learn it pretty quickly.
Any other questions or feedback? All right, one more round of applause for Bold Idea. All right, everybody, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder to please join us on social media. We do have the presenters and our own Twitter handles over here on this board. And we also have an event board over by the elevator. So if you have an event that you want to share, something coming up in the community that you want to let people know it's going on, go ahead and write it up on the board. And just another reminder, too, to sign up for the 1 Million Cups app. If you download and check in, you will enter to win a $25 Amazon gift card from the Kauffman Foundation today. Or if you check in and post a selfie. And also when you check in, it gives you the opportunity to give presenters feedback. So, once more, can everybody please stand up and give a big round of applause for Raft Up.
Good morning. Good morning, never hear me. My name is Corey Bolkins. I'm CEO and founder of a startup called Raft Up. We're going to make boating safer, simpler, and more enjoyable. Think about it, it's like Google Waze or Google Maps plus OnStar on the water. Now, every year there are incidents that occur on the water, such as property loss or loss of life, resulting in about $44 million, over 4,000 incidents occur. And I'll take this into relation. The 3 biggest contributors to those incidences are operator inexperience, operator unaware of their environment, or improper lookout. Now we have 2 stories I'd like to talk about, one of which, there was a country music singer from Arkansas. He went duck hunting in December of last year. He tweeted out to his followers, "Into the storm." They found his body 4 days later. 2 young gentlemen last year went boating off of the coast of Jupiter, Florida, posted a picture to their followers on Instagram and said, "Peace out, Jupiter, going fishing," never to be seen from again. Now the problem that we have here is that we have individuals going out and not sharing the location, but they're posting and interacting with their followers with social media on their mobile phones. So I'm happy to tell you that we've created a solution that can provide real-time location sharing, almost like building out a plan while you go on the water. You share that with your community or anyone around you, and you can also notify 911 and dispatch services. We're actually better than 911. What I want to just show you is just a high-level overview of just the simplistic service that we're using cloud technologies. It's a mobile application. You go out on the water, any lake, stream, or river within 7 states that we've launched in. We can show you boat ramps, potentially restaurants where other users are, fishing locations, beaches, restrooms if you want to find that. You can also see where friends are at, so you no longer have to play phone tag while you're on the water. You just turn it on, put it in the glove compartment, and enjoy your time on the water, the waste of your time on the water. And lastly, we have thousands upon thousands of points of interest. Businesses can post their locations, dive locations, that you can choose from, and it works from one state to the other. It's not another app you have to download. And then what we've done now is we're moving into the realm of advertising and taking businesses who want to promote to that qualified targeted audience and put their wares there. And it's location-based. You can then market your brand in areas that you're not in. Now, and just recently, we've deployed a 911 agency dashboard that we can implement within an hour or less. Training takes less than 15 minutes. And we can provide accurate, up-to-date location about where you are, and then the dispatch unit and anyone that's operating within fire or water rescue can see where you are. So, what's our market look like? Well, 89 million individuals participated in recreational boating last year. That's 1/3 of every American. Right? And a portion of that is boat owners and boat renters, and then if you get closer to that, within our 7 states, and I say 7 states, I'm from Arkansas, so the 7 states surrounding Arkansas, we've got 12 million individuals that participate in recreational boating. Now, there are other apps out there in the industry that focus on navigation and location services, but it targets the boat captain. How many of you are boat captains, own a boat? In this room, just to show hands real quickly. Do you own a boat? Not many. Have you gone on a boat or gone on somebody else's boat in the last summer? Great. That's my target. It's not just the boat captain, it's everyone else in the boat. What else are we going to be doing? Checking in, having a great time. So get that assistance in dispatch. How can you get help on the water and see what's going on? Now, how do we go to market? We partner with 911 and dispatch units or rescue units. We then go to the marinas or boat rental services of the yacht clubs or anyone that's in the marine-related business. And then we go to the ad agencies and talk about how we can promote their services and then deploy and get that information out. How we make our money is through partner subscriptions. We also have subscriptions through our 911 district units, targeted advertising model, and then ultimately towing service. You could almost pay for services on the water. Since our launch in Memorial Day of this year, we've had an average of 10 average daily downloads. We're over 2,200 users, and that's just through earned media. I've only spent $250 on Facebook ads. We have between 10 to 25% active usage. Now, obviously, the season's dropped off, and we've grown to 25 states and 3 countries. My team is an experienced app development, architect, finance and accounting, and user experience. We've done it all, basically. And then we have a board of advisors. My name is Corey Wilkins. I created Raft, so stay safe, have fun, and Raft up. Thank you.
We're going to open it up for questions and feedback. Please raise your hand high and I will bring you the microphone.
Thanks, Corey. I might have missed this in your presentation, but you claim that you're better than 911. So I just want to understand that perspective, but also if these other companies, your competitors, also do this emergency assistance, what makes you better, or if not, then just explain that a bit further.
I know it's a grand statement to say that you're better than 911. How many are familiar with 911 services and technologies? Today, they're deployed in disparate districts, cities, counties, and they're not homogeneous across anywhere you go. Some places have text to 911, some have *9 and other services. What we provide is an application that's free to download. It's something that you can use on the water. We use phones, mobile GPS, so we use your GPS location. So if you would initiate an SOS, we in real time notify anyone within 5 miles using our application, anyone in your contact list, and 911 dispatch if they're utilizing our platform, okay? And so what I say, by meaning I'm better than them, a dispatcher, which we just tested 2 weeks ago, told me this is better than our 911 system. So I can then now justify, say, yes, we're better than the 911 system.
Round of applause for that. We also welcome feedback. Does anyone have some feedback or another question?
Well, if I have just 2 more minutes, could I talk about it? So last thing I wanted to show you is I've got 2 things that we're about to release, and it's visualization of water flow information. So if you're into big into kayaking or paddle boarding and things like that, I will visually show you, rather than having to read a table, if it's good to go or if it's flooding, and you just look at it like traffic patterns on your app. I'll tell you water temperature and things like that, and we'll aggregate it across the country. Okay, pretty cool. And then lastly, we're looking at wearables so that you can put it on a life-saving device or potentially implement on a boat so that individuals taking wave runners and things like that floats, it lights up at dark, and it notifies. Okay, so just wanted to add this. Thank you.
That's awesome. Oh, another question.
If you're doing water flow, I mean, you can do weather too. That's something that when you're on the water, that can be a pretty big.
We're adding that as well.
Yeah.
We'll have that in there. Well, we have a lot of sailing clubs that just want to know if it's a great time to get out on the water to go sailing. That's a great point.
How can we help you?
I know this is the off season, so if you know of anyone that's or connected anyone in fire and rescue or water rescue, you've got some wonderful lakes around Dallas, or in the state of Texas for that matter. If you know anybody that likes to boat, the app is free. It's on Android and iPhone. Download it. I love the feedback.
Back here?
I'm a kayaker, and I was wondering about data coverage and how that affects how the signal is got whenever you're out there doing something far away where you don't have traditional data. How does that work?
Sure, it's a great question. We're using a mobile device, so connectivity is always going to be a concern. So from a data perspective, if you're going on site and you look at where you're going, we actually download points of interest and it stores locally on your device. So even when you lose data connection, the app still runs. And so you'll know in your phone, if you have a newer generation of a phone, you'll actually know where you're at. The good thing, I don't know if anybody knows this, if you try to make a phone call on spotty services, it's really difficult to get that out, right? Has anybody experienced how a text message will actually go out faster? So on an SOS perspective, and I always get this question, well, what happens when I don't have connectivity, I need help? Well, guess what you're gonna do, folks? You're gonna climb on the top of that mountain, miles potentially away from where the incident occurred, and make a phone call. And now you're even further away and confused about where you're at. Our data will actually track where your last known location was and push it out as soon as it hits 1 bar. So that's again another thing that I think is great.
Oh, okay.
So you've been talking about how now it's off season, and so I'm just wondering, like off season, that can be a very long period of time. So I mean, how do you plan to, run during the off season? And I mean, have you thought about other things like, I don't know about Texas, but ice fishing and things like that?
No, it's a great point, and I'll just go back to it. So what we're doing now is we want to start lean, right? So try not to grow too fast, too far. We're trying to focus on some really niche lakes to find out what's it going to take to saturate. I didn't mean for it to go to 25 states, but it naturally did. Right now I'm racing to see how do we get implemented into some 911 systems quicker and faster in the off season so we prepare for next year. And that's happening very quickly for me. The other thing that we're doing is ice fishing. You bring up a great point. We've got a lot of folks from Minnesota that say, hey, we do a lot of ice fishing, I want this. It's like, use it. You can use it wherever you want to. The other thing is you can add your own points of interest. So if you have a ski shack, you've been drinking too much or something like that happens, because it does happen, they can use it there. So great point there. The other thing is, you notice how I just say recreation? We will be deploying across other niche markets as we start to figure out how do we scale and run with a water-based solution. Question?
Any other last minute comments or feedback, questions? Okay, I know this question was asked before, but if you just want to reiterate how the community can, what the community can do for you.
If you guys could just like and share on Twitter at the Raft Up, find us on Facebook, like our page, and just tell folks. I mean, it's a free application. Who doesn't like free? And learn about how you can have a better, more enjoyable time in a community of other people in the world. Thank you.
Awesome, one more round of applause for Raft Up. All right, everyone, that wraps up our show for today. Thank you so much for coming out to 1 Million Cups. If you'd like a tour of the deck, Emmanuel is in the back. Wave your hand, Emmanuel. If you'd like to check out the space, especially if you've never been here, it's really awesome. And yeah, feel free to hang out and network for a little bit. Have a good